The Amazon rainforest, Earth's emerald heart and oxygen factory, gone, vanished into thin air as if swept away by some malevolent ghost. But beware, this is no fiction. It's a terrifying what-if that could rewrite the fate of our planet. Are you prepared to delve into the labyrinth of vanishing verdure and forested frights? Trust me, this tale of ecological extinction will leave you breathless, and not just metaphorically. Ah, the weather woes, my climate-curious cadavers. Buckle up, because without the Amazon rainforest, our world would turn into a meteorological house of horrors. You see, the Amazon isn't just a pretty collection of trees, it's essentially the Earth's air conditioner. It not only absorbs vast amounts of carbon dioxide, but also releases 20% of the planet's oxygen. A disappearance of this scale would send shockwaves through weather systems worldwide. Imagine, if you will, an onslaught of heat waves, turning ordinarily sunny destinations into blistering infernos. But the heat is just the overture to this apocalyptic symphony. The vanishing of the Amazon would also disrupt wind and water currents, paving the way for hurricanes so devastating they'd make your average storm look like a soft summer drizzle. We're talking about cyclones with the fury of 1,000 lost souls, laying waste to everything in their path. Coastal cities would be swamped, islands inundated, and communities shattered. Ah, the animal anarchy, my fauna-fancying fiends. Brace yourselves for a tale of ecological upheaval that's not for the faint of heart. The Amazon rainforest isn't just a bunch of trees, it's a bustling metropolis of biodiversity, a zoological paradise that houses approximately 10% of all known species on Earth. From the exotic poison dart frogs to the elusive jaguars, the Amazon is like Noah's Ark on a continental scale. But what would happen if this Eden simply vanished into thin air? A catastrophe, my dear friends, an ecological exodus of biblical proportions. Imagine, if you will, species losing their homes overnight. The intricate food chains would crumble like a house of cards, leading to mass extinction events that would ripple across the globe. It's not just about losing a few exotic creatures, it's about unraveling the very fabric of life itself. Picture swarms of migratory birds with no place to rest, schools of fish losing their spawning grounds, and entire ecosystems crumbling as both predators and prey vanish into the abyss. We would be left with a zoological ziggurat of zero, a towering monument to the void left behind by the loss of one of the Earth's most incredible habitats. The Amazon rainforest isn't just some distant exotic locale, it's often referred to as the lungs of the Earth. Why? Because this sprawling leafy titan is responsible for producing a staggering 20% of the planet's oxygen. That's 1/5 of the very air we breathe. Now imagine a world where this oxygen factory shuts down. I'm not talking about a gradual slowdown, I mean an abrupt, choking halt. The absence of the Amazon's oxygen production would be tantamount to an asphyxiating apocalypse, a world gasping and wheezing for every precious gulp of air. Oxygen levels would plummet globally, triggering a cascade of health crises. Hospitals would overflow with patients suffering from respiratory issues. The sale of oxygen tanks would soar, becoming the new gold rush in a world parched for pure air. But let's not forget the impact on other forms of life. Oceans would suffocate as oxygen levels drop, leading to unprecedented marine die-offs. Forests would struggle to sustain life, transforming into barren wastelands. Even our faithful pets wouldn't be spared the suffering. We'd find ourselves in a world reminiscent of science fiction, where every inhalation is a gamble, every exhalation a sigh of despair. Imagine this. The Amazon vanishes, and its rivers and streams evaporate into eerie echoes of their former selves. The disappearance would unleash a cataclysmic chain reaction that would reverberate across continents. Fish species, many of which are found nowhere else, would vanish, causing a collapse in local and global fisheries. Towns and villages that depend on these rivers for trade, travel, and sustenance would find themselves cut off, stranded in a desiccating world. But wait, there's more. The Amazon's rivers also play a significant role in global weather patterns, feeding vast amounts of fresh water into the Atlantic Ocean. A dry Amazon would disrupt ocean currents, leading to more extreme weather phenomena. Think hurricanes in places that have never seen them, and droughts where water was once abundant. This domino effect would cascade through ecosystems, causing a breakdown in the global water cycle. The Amazon is far more than just a dense collection of trees and animals. It is the lifeblood for the indigenous peoples and local communities who have inhabited its lush lands for generations. These tribes and communities, deeply rooted in the ecology and spirit of the forest, would find their ancestral homes reduced to barren landscapes, a cruel mockery of the paradise that once was. The loss would be immeasurable, not just in terms of physical space, but in cultural richness, traditional knowledge, and spiritual significance. Their intricate relationship with the land includes not just sustenance, but also medicinal plants, sacred sites, and unique biodiversity that have been part of their culture for millennia. Imagine the heart-wrenching displacement as entire communities are forced to migrate in search of new homes, leaving behind burial grounds, ceremonial places, and sacred spaces. This migration would be a diaspora, the likes of which we have seldom seen, a scattering of people ripped away from their lands and traditions, struggling to maintain their identity in foreign landscapes that hold none of the familiarity or comfort of their homes. The wood harvested from the Amazon supplies the international market with an array of products, from furniture to construction material. If the Amazon vanishes, the global timber industry could be facing an unprecedented shortfall, leading to skyrocketing prices and market instability. Companies that rely on this supply chain would face severe challenges, and countries that depend on timber exports would see a considerable chunk of their GDP evaporate into thin air. And there you have it, my eco-eager ectoplasms, a glimpse into a world where the Amazon rainforest vanishes. A tale of doom and gloom, of flora and fauna facing their final curtain. But remember, these tales are but speculative sprouts, and sometimes speculation can be a real scream.